ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Shreh, Madan, and Mr. Rajat Bawa, who are the co-founders of Burgrill, a fast-growing fast food and restaurant brand. Both Rajat and Shrey have a combined experience of 20 plus years into food and beverage industry, having worked for companies such as Radisson. So, hi Rajat and Shrey, welcome to ELI.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Hi, Priya.
I would request both of you to introduce yourself to our audience, please, in a very short way.
So, hi, my name is Shrey, and me and Rajat have started this brand back in 2016 by the name of Burgrill. That's where our entrepreneurial journey started, and this is where we entered into the F&B segment, and that's how we, got into business, and that's how things are. So, over to you, Rajat.
Yes, so we basically started our journey in 2015. Burgrill started in 2016. So we'll be, explaining you in brief how our this entrepreneurial journey started. But we are from same college. He was 1 year senior to me, and we've done BSc in hotel management from Oxford Brookes University, and that's all about it.
Okay, nice. Now, would like to start with start by asking what is Burgrill?
Okay, so Burgrill is a brand which we started keeping in mind that there are a lot of chains who are, we wanted to serve gourmet burgers, and we always had in mind that we wanted to create a good market for ourselves, wherein we are serving good, great burgers, and which are filling, which are, exotic in flavors, and we wanted to give it to the people for not just the high class or the middle class or upper middle class. We wanted everyone to try those burgers. And our main concern was always to make sure that the quality and the quantity that we're serving to our customers should be like they should be filled with one burger and always be happy with. So, for example, we always had things clear in our mind that we wanted cheese in every burger because cheese without a burger is not a burger. Maybe that's what we had in mind. We made sure that all our processes and everything are in aligned, wherein we make sure that our customers are really enjoying whatever they are being served.
Okay.
So there was a gap which we identified, which was there in the market. So we either had the high-end burgers or the entry-level burgers, which were fried. So we wanted to cater to that particular market.
Okay. So how did it all get started? How did it got started? Who was the one came up with this idea and who proposed whom, and how was it?
So this was back in 2014 when we were met in Indore and we were just eating burgers out of McDonald's. And we thought, why don't we have a chain of our own selves? Why do we just eat all the frozen stuff in the market? I mean, why do I go out and have just options for frozen food? Why not have something that we can make and, we can serve our customers, make them happy about it? So that is when Rajat came up with an idea of starting something which we can actually grill instead of. So for example, even grilling fresh paneer. So if you look at the market right now, all the players in the market are serving maybe a fried patty, or they're serving pre-packet for frozen food. So that is where the idea really began. And we had a very clear thought in our mind that whatever we serve has to be cooked in front of the customers. It might take a little more time than usually a fried burger, but then our concept was very clear. We want to make sure that we are not serving for the heck of it. We are not serving for the time served for it. We are serving for the quality it is. And grilling fresh, maybe meat or maybe any milk product, it was an experience because that aroma that comes out of grilling a fresh maybe a fresh chicken breast that we do. So when we are grilling a fresh breast, it gives you the aroma, it gives you the freshness. There is moisture intact in the the piece of the chicken, and we're serving fresh lettuce coming in. So we have tied up with a lot of farms around for locally producing local produce, using our local produce, and that is how this came into existence.
So here is my question. Who plays what role in your venture? I think you are two co-founders. So how do you divide work among yourself?
In fact, with
So
three co-founders,
Okay,
yes,
my bad.
So we have three co-founders right now. So we have all three taking care of three different departments and the major roles in the company. So Rajat, starting with Rajat and me are from the same college as we started, but Rajat has his major competence in the field of supply chain. So he was majorly taking care of all the supply chain and the operations at the store. So he has always excelled in his, college days, and was pretty sure about it. So that is why the best role of supply chain and the operations was given to Rajat. My brother is also the co-founder. His
Okay.
name is Madan. So that is where he started, and he has been an entrepreneur for more than 30 years now,
Okay.
and not from the food industry, but from various industries.
Mhm.
So he is majorly taking care of the business development for the brand, wherein he makes sure that all the franchises are being taken care of, all the franchises being answered, everything is being streamlined, new businesses coming in, new verticals are being introduced. That is what we're doing. And I majorly take care of the marketing bit of it, and also take care of help Rajat with the operations part of the business. That's how we define our roles in this organization.
So I think when the number of co-founders increases, I think the perspectives or the point of views also increase at the same rate. So it is essential that all the co-founders are in sync and have a common agenda or common vision uh, with them. How do you ensure that you all are working towards the same goal, and in case there are differences or may there be new differences coming up, how do you sort them out?
Rajat, you would like to take this up?
yeah, we've all had sorry, our differences. I mean, all the co-founders have different viewpoints, but yes, we are assured. I mean, we want to be the number one burger chain, the Indian burger chain in another coming 2 3 years. So the goal is defined. It is predefined. Yes, we've had our own challenges and differences, but yes, the vision is very pretty much clear about to be the number one player in the burger market.
I would like to add here. I mean, if you look at any organization, everybody has their own viewpoints and their own decisions. The conflict arises when you actually start looking for what is best for your organization. And keeping that in mind, we always had only one concern, that is making sure the best perfect for the best job. So, for example, as I told you, so Raja takes care of the supply chain. So, obviously, the last call will be his. So, that's how we differentiate our goal terms in terms of taking decisions. So, for example, if it's a marketing call, so my marketing call will always be my call. I will obviously take care of the suggestions by my co-founders, but the last call will always be mine, wherein any marketing activities include. Except, similarly, if there is a business development plan and we think that we are getting into a new vertical of business, so that will be finally the call of my the third co-founder, which is Ankur Madan. So that's how we define our roles, and that's how it has been throughout.
Hmm. So my next question is, how did you arrange the initial finances that are required, initial funds that are required to build a venture that is capital intensive as well?
To be really true, it was really, really difficult arranging those finances, making sure. So we raised few funds through family and friends. We started very small. We started with just one store, and maybe we were lucky enough that gradually people who started eating our food realized that we guys are in the market for a for a great time, and we right now want to make sure we want to capture. That is when customers started eating our food. That is when they started investing. So you will be amazed to know we have franchise outlets too. And when we have franchise outlets, they are majorly people who have tried our food, who are actually our customers. So these are customers who try their food, they see the passion that we have, they understand how we run the business, and that is when they start approaching us to buy in a franchisee. And we are very selective in giving our franchises. We do not pass it on like a piece of cake. We make sure that the person is aligned with our vision, make sure that he is, taking the brand forward. He's also making sure that the money he's putting is coming back to him. That's one of our biggest propositions. We do not spend, make sure that people are investing for the sake of it. We insist on the customer to stick on to the to the store, make sure that he's investing his time, not just money but his time. So again, the question was, how did we finance our small venture? The small venture was firstly initially raised by our family and friends. We asked for a few money, a few few finance at that time, and then gradually we started making huge profits, and that is where we reinvested that money into our own business, and we could make it that big.
So Shrey, taking cues from your answer, also taking making analysis with your biggest competitor, that is McDonald's, which is also the king of franchises. And speaking of franchise, uh, so I think there are many businesses which are many small restaurant businesses which are doing great. In fact, doing big time as an individual store, but when it comes to the expansion and building into franchise based model, they almost 99% of them are not able to expand to even one more location as well. So what are the biggest challenges and what are the things they should keep in mind when, while trying to expand? And I think the biggest hurdle in this is how to make sure that the quality remains the same, as well as the experience remains the same.
So yeah, I think you answered your own question. So the key to everything is consistency. If you have that in mind, if you have that in your head, and that is very clear in your head that you have to be consistent, that is where everything falls into place. So initially, it was very difficult for us to make sure that we are aligned with our consistent patterns. Like for example, the only thing that Rajat and me and my brother or everyone has started is that we made sure that is the process ridden business. So everything was defined in processes. It took us initially a lot of time to note down the processes, make sure that all the processes are well written, well implemented, and executed when the store opens. So that is how we made sure that whatever we are serving is similar at all locations. That was a basic mission to achieve, to make sure that all the stores are serving consistently. And there are a lot of things on, we have sacrificed for to make sure that this is being done. For example, I'll give you a very good example. So, uh, you know, we created a recipe out of jackfruit, but jackfruit is a seasonal fruit,
Mm.
and we put in more than 3 to 4 months on the R&D for that product. And Rajat especially went to Singapore, creating getting in ingredients to make sure that it's being done. But when it came to implementation, we could not just copy that product from the base. We had a lot of issues initially. We try to make it consistent by one by one. We try to make it, but again, there were a lot of issues getting, because jackfruit is a seasonal fruit. So if you even freeze it and then use it later, it will never have the same consistency. So that is the major key role. Then we had to leave on jackfruit and look on other options, though we had already invested 3 months into it or even 4 months into it, and a lot of money invested into just one product. But again, as we say, the only thing that we really care about is making sure that the product that we are serving at all our stores is 100% consistent, and is available throughout the year, so that our customers, once they taste it, they should not come back after 6 months and say, "Oh my God, the taste has changed."
Hmm.
So that is where our made competence lies. So this is where our R&D works. We have worked with a lot of chefs, and we try to create a lot of recipes. We have, for the next 2 years, we have a lot of recipes made for us and a plan of implementation to get those onboarded. But again, the first point and the last point remains consistency. That's how we go.
Okay, so my next question is for Rajat. I think a lot of food chains like the Burgrill is there, and then Samosa Singh is there, and Wow Momos is there. So a lot of franchise-based food chains are popping up, and Chayos is there, and they're making big business model out of it. That clearly proves that Indian market has a lot of appetite as well as acceptance for such models. Having said that, what are the areas that are still vacant where young entrepreneurs can jump into and make a big business out of it?
So first of all, you need to have confidence on the kind of product what you're serving. So I mean, India has got a lot of options in terms of cuisine, in terms of regional foods. So if in case you want to grow something, see for example, chayos. I'm sorry. So chayos is basically what they serve in chai and samosas. So, nobody thought about it that you can make such a huge brand out of a small product. So you need to have a confidence in yourself, and there are a lot of products. Probably burgers. Again, there are a lot of players into burgers market as well. Sandwiches are there now. You've said samosas as well. So I mean, the list is endless. There's no stopping to it. But you need to have a confidence. You need to have your SOPs devised accordingly, and the way you want to grow your brand. You can, if you can provide the same consistent product, I mean, probably in Bombay and Delhi, you have the key to success.
But can you name some of the products where anyone can enter? For example, someone can sell parotas, aloo ka parota, or someone can sell bread pakodas. Any such products? Can you name such products?
So parothas are there. I mean, there are a lot of vendors who are providing. I mean, who can provide you with the frozen parothas. But again, you're serving something fresh and you're serving something frozen. The quality will deteriorate. But yes, simultaneously you'll get the consistent product. Okay, so I mean, there are a lot of products. I mean, if you've heard about butter chicken as well, so you can play around with butter chicken as well. There's Saransh Goela from Bombay. So he's doing great numbers in by serving butter chicken only. So he's got around about 10 to 15 outlets. So your main focus should be on the regional cuisines.
Okay, understood. Shrey, your view on that? Any you can name some products?
Bye. The next product that I am working on is a sausage and a hot dog brand, and we are 100% sure that is the next thing which has not captured a lot of market right now. But I'm sure we'll capture the great market once we get into the market. And since we are serial entrepreneurs, we make sure that whatever we do is on point. So that's the new thing in that we think will make a big mark for everyone in this market. American food has always been accepted all over, and the next thing that I think will really make new is our sausage and hot dogs. These are the two things which is gaining a lot of market right now.
Okay. I think we are almost up with the time. I have lots of questions, but due to time constraint, I cannot ask you all the questions. I'll ask you only three questions. Answer it very shortly, as shortly as possible. First thing is, what are the challenges you faced along the way while building this venture?
While building this venture, the biggest issues that we created was making sure that Indians have were very, tight knit, and you have to give equal weightage to vegetarian and non-vegetarian in this market. So our major concern, especially in the burger industry, was to create enough, things for our vegetarian market, because our Indian market is purely purely vegetarian, and there are a lot of states which promote just vegetarian. So, for example, we're doing something in Gujarat and we're creating a specifically vegetarian menu for that, or that state. So that's one of the biggest issues that we face, and the other issues is employment and skilled labor.
Okay. Then next question. How do you suggest our audience to start on their journey as entrepreneurs?
Rajat?
You can answer, Shrey.
Okay, so if you want to start with this journey, the only thing that you have to be is make sure that you have a goal which is prefixed. Have a clear process-driven thing. You have in mind that whatever you need has to be done and with timelines. If you have, for example, that you want to start a business or maybe chola bhatura. So chola bhatura is a great business. But if you want to do chola bhatura, you should have all your research in one place. You have to make sure that if you are looking at cholas, you are making sure that what are the masalas that are going in. You have to make sure what are your competitors. You have to do a proper SWOT analysis, a pest analysis, make sure that everything is written down. Then you have things, and then you analyze if this business is worthy putting your money in or not. That's how I do my business.
Consistency is the key. I mean, if in case you can provide the consistent product, I mean, your customers will never go to your competitors.
Okay. Last question. What is your final message to potential entrepreneurs of this country? I'll ask this question to both of you.
Majorly, if you think that for all the entrepreneurs, there's only one advice. This is India is becoming one of the most competitive market. You have so many options in food, so many things. If you think that your passion lies in food, then only invest in this business, because this is not just a business which will require finances or your time. It will require everything you have in your body. So maybe your physical, maybe your mental, this thing, energy. You have to be up. I have received calls at like 1:30 a.m. in the morning, when people have just called me that my order has not been received. So, these things, maybe when everybody is working on a Diwali or on a Rakhi or on a Holi, everybody is, enjoying their holiday. That is where we do the major business of our, year. So this is the only consequences of getting into this market. And if you are okay with it and you follow that passion, then I think you are in the right industry. Rajat, over to
And
you.
you need to believe, in yourself. I mean, if you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.
Okay. On that note, I would like to conclude this interview. I would say it was a great pleasure to host you here, both of you at ELI. And I think our audience would have got lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time, Rajat and Shrey, and our best wishes for Burgrill and your
Thank you.
future
Thank
product.
you, Priya.
Viewers, you can
Thank you. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so much.
Sorry?
you can visit their yummy website as well as their store also, uh, and you can start with typing burgrill.in. That is
That's the
it from
place to
my
be.
side. Stay tuned to Entrepreneur Launch of India.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.